What's up, everybody? So, everyone was dying to know who the mystery guest is. And here we have it. It's Evelin. Come on down. Evelin, I had to say you look gorgeous tonight. I think you wear the hell out of green. That you should wear green every day.
Oh, thank you.
And I wanted to say real quick before we do this live that, I love both Evelin and Larissa. Both of you guys have been great to me over the years. If I had to pick my favorite 90-day people, you guys would be at the very top. And I hate that you guys are in this situation like I did last year. So I don't want anybody to think I'm picking sides or whatever. I just want to make it clear that I love you both, and I want to thank you for coming on. And Larissa can come on and talk about whatever she wants to talk about. She's always welcome. So with that being said, how are you doing tonight, Evelin?
Oh, I'm doing great. It's a good life here. I'm happy.
Good. All right. So obviously, we all saw that Larissa went off on her stories last night about you and Corey and about the their meeting that they had last year. Do you know what triggered that? Why were you because I watched and I said, oh wow, okay, she seems really upset. I think from what she was posting, and she was saying that you were talking. Have you been talking about Larissa recently?
No, I honestly had no idea this was coming. I don't know why. She looked really mad, and the only video I saw is what you posted, because I follow everything you post always. I'm a fan. And yeah, that's how I saw it. Honestly, she looked super upset. I was like, oh my God, it's like fire coming out of her eyes, her mouth, and her ear.
And that was a 6 minute story of and I'm I don't want to speak negatively about Larissa. Did you listen to the whole thing?
No. Honestly, I even make a live doing the listening to what you were saying, but at the end of it all, I'm not really in a situation. Whatever happened back in the day, so long ago. If they want to hear, she was just really mean and nasty and saying horrible things that are totally not true. She was saying that I was sleeping with men in front of Corey. None of those things would ever be true. And I found really low that she will come out with such a lie. It's everything she's saying is a lie. I even told her that I'm going to send her a picture of me in New York next year. I just take it as a fun thing.
When you're in New York, I hope you hit me up.
What?
I said, when you're in New York, I hope you hit me up. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'm going to hit you up. I'm going to hang out with other people I know and totally Darcy and Stacy. That's my goal when I go party with them. Yeah, it's weird to me that she will even talk about my OnlyFans. It's she says that she doesn't care about me, but she's been looking at those things. It's weird.
Oh, she did mention the OnlyFans quite a lot. And you've been doing quite well with the OnlyFans, right?
Yeah. I was one of the first cast members to join in, and I haven't really promoted. I don't feel that good promoting it on my Instagram. Lately, I've been doing it more because it's more accepted, I feel like. And yeah, I've been doing really good. I purchased a beachfront property. That property is $20,500 that I just pay in cash right there. I fixed my parents' house before it was all brick, so I fixed all their walls and put some new floor. I've been using the money for good things, Coronavirus, I couldn't work for 3 months, and my family couldn't work either, so I was taking care of all my family, all my bills, all my stuff. I'm a person that has no debts, no nothing. So I've been doing good. I'm really blessed and thankful to OnlyFans. It's been amazing,
And you couldn't have the bar open, right, during the COVID?
Yeah, I was closed for almost 4 months.
Because it was really bad in Ecuador.
Yeah, now the bar is open, but still business is not as good as it was before. It's slow, but now it can be open at least, and I'm a hard worker. Even if I'm doing really good on OnlyFans, I still go and work, little by little.
Harita just said, John, your hair is giving me everything. I just got my hair
cut.
I
love it. I like the haircut.
Thank you, everybody. It was long overdue. sick of wearing hats. And she wants to know if Evelin, can I party with you? I think we all need to go to Ecuador and party at the bar because I'm down for it.
I'm pretty fun to party with, honestly. It's always so fun. And when people come to visit to the bar, I always hang out with them and talk to them. And there's like girls sometimes that come and they have even been in my house, we've been drinking and talking. It's been fun, you know, as long as I know that they're real people. I don't want to be creeped out either.
All right, so going back to what Larissa said, she also like. Should I don't know if I should play it. Should I play it? Like it's 5 minutes long. I don't know if you want to hear it.
That is way too long.
I don't know.
If you want it in your video, you can.
I mean, if you guys want to hear the whole,
have to suffer through it again, but it's okay.
It's on my Instagram page. I caught it accidentally. Like, you know, we got home from work last night, and you know, I'm like, whoa, Larissa's mad. And so I posted it. She also said that, like, you know, you had gotten deported.
Yeah, she's saying that I got deported. I haven't been deported. I just haven't been to the US. If I was like, I don't know where she's creating all these stories, but like I said before, like she shouldn't be talking about deportation because she's like calling that to herself. I feel like if someone is in danger to be deported, that's her, not me. And I never had the desire to be in the US. And lately, before COVID, I've been traveling to other countries. Like I went to Brazil, I went to Chile, I went to Panama. And I want to go to Europe next year, but I will go to New York and she will see it. If I'm deported, I cannot get there. So I'm just letting time speak.
We're going to circle back to that. What was I going to say? Deported. Oh, shoot. I lost my train of thought because I was laughing in my head.
So many things that she said. It was crazy.
She was upset with the OnlyFans. She was saying that Eric, I mean, can you talk about, like, you know, and I've asked you in the past if you wanted to go live about Larissa, and you said, listen, that's in the past. I wish, and you did say that to me, and you said that.
Yeah, I don't care to. Like I told you, I'm not in a situation anymore. Like if she wants to talk about it, it's fine. And like I said today, like it's the last time I'm talking. I'm good, you know. It's not like we're gonna cross paths anymore. We were supposed to, but it's not gonna happen anymore because she got fired, you know. So.
Now, were you guys supposed to film together at some point, or like?
Maybe there was something happening there. You know how TV is. They want drama. So. And this drama is real. Like it's not something that I ever looked for, that I wanted to. Like never. I was truly upset when Corey went to see her, and I was truly upset when she was posting those pictures with the hashtags. Like,
can you talk about that when he went to go see her? Can you give us, like, everybody, like, what happened?
Yeah. I mean, I don't understand why she keeps yelling and doing these things. She needs to take some responsibility over this because Corey and I were on a break at that time. We weren't doing good. So whatever, like I can be like, whatever you did, it's whatever. But me and her used to talk before. I understand she said that, no, I wasn't friends with her, but she was the one that reached out to me first. And I was super honored because I was like, oh my God, I saw this person on TV, you know, when I was a fan of the show, when I wasn't in it, I was like, crazy. Like she's talking to me and she's saying about the hate and about all these things. And I was like, that's so nice, right? And then she talked for a bit, but I'm not a person that's going to reach out to people all the time. So we talked for a bit sometimes when she wanted to like reply to my stories or whatever. And that was it. But then months went by, Corey and I had issues. And then I wake up one day and I see this picture that she posted saying like new couple alert, babe alert, hashtag Corey and Larissa and all these things. And I get the insights, you know, I get the insights to these situations. Like I know there were already cameras there filming her for Happily Ever After. That she didn't, at that time she wasn't with Eric, so she didn't have a couple for Happily Ever After. So they were like, how are we gonna make this work? They even were thinking about maybe connecting Corey to that story there, but they don't like cast members' stories mixed up, so that wasn't working either. Like, she just wanted something, you know. I feel like she likes to be into the media, like into a lot of like, she likes to be like on the spotlight, and she didn't thought about how we'll feel about it. You know, I feel like girl to girl, that's not something that you do. And that's my problem with her. And my problem with her is that she doesn't take responsibility for that. I'm not fighting for a man. I will never fight for a man. Like, I mean, if she wants to court it right now and I don't want to be with Corey, like, I'll be like, freaking take it. Like, I don't care. My problem was with her for not being honest to me, because if her husband, her boyfriend, whatever it is, was messaging me and telling me these things, I would have messaged her and be like, hey, this guy's messaging me. Are you guys okay? Like, what's happening? And even then, I wouldn't have agreed to anything with them because, it's not right to me. I don't know.
All right, so Kat just said someone must have said something to Larissa to make her get so mad. Maybe she feels competition from Evelin on OnlyFans. By the way, you look beautiful, Evelin.
Thank you, Kat.
And the competition thing, like, between people who are on OnlyFans.
I honestly don't think, because what I mean, maybe in her mind, but what would it be a competition? I feel like we both have different audience in here. Like, I am a completely different type of body, different type of everything. So whoever is attracted to her will follow her. Whoever is attracted to me will follow me. I don't know why it will be that a competition whatsoever, but if she feels like that,
Cody.
Definitely, I don't feel like that. I know my fans on OnlyFans, and I love them all, and they're super happy with what I give them. I'm not giving them nudity.
No.
I'm not giving them extremely stuff. So they're happy with what I give them, because I always tell them, like, I give you a side of my life that nobody else will see more than my boyfriend, and like, it's like a boyfriend experience what I'm kind of like giving you. So it's sexy, but it's like tasteful. I cannot go farther legally, and I also wouldn't do it because I cannot do it. It's
right, like, and I'm happy you pointed that out. Like, you're, and I have an OnlyFans account, which I kind of don't even use anymore, but I was using it for like gossip. I never like posted anything like, what it's intended for, like the site. But I do follow Devin on OnlyFans, and it's always like tasteful. You never see anything. Like, I don't know what you post on there, but I'm assuming.
Yeah, I follow Devin too. We share links. She follows me.
Yeah, so like, if it's like what Devin posts, like, it's just you kind of get an idea, but you don't put everything out there. Like, you don't see, like, everything. And welcome, Queen John. Thank you for being an inspiration in my life. No matter the obstacles, you keep your head up high. Thank you. Also, Evelin, thank you for your time tonight. Thank you, Awoken Queen.
Thank you, Awoken Queen. I love it.
She's very woke. And we love her. Wasn't Evelin asked a Q&A about Larissa? Did that start it somehow? Like, were you?
I was never asked about her. I have asked a question in Spanish to say, is it true that you guys are being fired for being on OnlyFans? It's something like that. Is it true that contracts are being terminated for being on OnlyFans? And I say, no, we can have OnlyFans as long as it doesn't cross like lines above to like pornography, And I say, but the person that got fired because she did a contract with a website cam page. That's what it was. Yeah. I never say her name. I never say anything. People keep asking me questions like, who is this? And like, they can go to Google. So I never mention her name, never say anything. It's the truth. She got fired for her Cam Soda show. And it is a webcam for porn. Like, it's never, I don't find anything bad on that.
No, that's what it is, and that's what and I don't want to, like, it's again, like, I'm like trying to like navigate like through the middle, because I don't want to, like,
it kind of feels like she will have been say something that I had say, but I haven't said anything. I haven't said anything.
So going back to like when last, I think it was like September of last year. Like a little over a year ago, like, you and Corey had broken up, and then I remember, like, was it your birthday, and then you guys followed each other?
Yeah, he blocked me on
the timeline the right way.
Yeah,
and you guys weren't in a great spot, and then I think that was also the same time that Larissa and Eric broke up, and then Eric was taking pictures at Colt's house with Colt and Debbie.
Eric reached out to me also. I think I told you that time. Because the only person I was talking to at that time was you, remember?
Yeah.
Also, you were like, oh, what's happening, all that. And I said, even him, he reached out to me. He was like, something along the lines like, hey, you and I can team up together and like make this like worse and like attack her or whatever. And I feel like that's not the way a man behaves to a woman, especially if he was dating that woman. But I never agreed to anything. I went through seeing the messages to see if it was there. but he has deleted it already, so I cannot get access to them. Which is it's fun, you know. It's his word against mine, and I think that like this is something that happened on the tell. He has said that to other women, and it's funny for me to see it. I'm like, I totally believe those women saying that he was trashing down Larissa because he tried to do it with me too, you know. And why would he ever? And I would never pay attention to him on that. I don't like him.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, honestly, I don't think that relationship will last because so I feel sorry for her. I think even though like she's not my favorite person in the world, I wish her nothing but the best, and I think she can do way better than that guy. But you know, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Brain card, right? I'm kidding. That's just a joke.
You're gonna get me in all sorts of
story
trouble.
about that.
You really are. You're gonna get me in all sorts of trouble. I better sip on some of this.
I'm like having water on it today.
Well, no, that's not water. So there we go. I need something a little bit stronger.
I see
that. All right. So hold on. So Harita just asked, Evelin, where's your bar? Is your country unlocked? All right. Harita's got like a 4-part question, but we got you, girl. Evelin, where's your bar?
In Engabao, Ecuador.
Okay. Is your country on lockdown, or can I fly in without quarantine?
We still have a lockdown at 11 p.m., but yes, you can fly in. All you need is a PCR test and then no quarantine.
Are you
obviously negative?
Well, right. Like, are you so happy with Corey?
Oh yes, I am. He's around.
And why is it perceived you have such a hard, heartless person? That's a good question. Why do you think people are so hard on you and that you're heartless? I've never seen that in you. I think you're amazing, and you've always been nothing but like kind to me. But that's a good question. Why do you think people say that you like what? Because you got a lot of hate when you're on the show.
Yeah, totally. I did. Lots of hate.
Why do you think people are so hard on you?
Well, I mean, listen, I feel like when you're filming, it's really stressing and tiring, and I just cannot really like talk about it much. But yes, I'm not gonna say that I'm a person that is super sensible and like cries a lot or anything. I am pretty strong and forward to when I have to say something, I say it, you know. If Corey's being annoying, I'm gonna be like, you're being annoying, like behave well. Don't do those things.
Like that's probably why I got like the same crap you do. I don't know. Like, yeah, like
yeah. People is like, oh my God, she's heartless. I feel like women and most of the audience on the show, they are used to being like heartbroken and they're used to being like suffering for a guy. But when it comes to me, they see that a guy's like, you know, chasing me and trying so hard to win my heart, and they don't feel like I'm appreciating that much, so they get upset because someone that doesn't have what they want, it's not appreciating it as much. But they don't know that everyone shows love different. Like they don't know how many nights I have stayed awake taking care of Corey if he was sick, like how I make sure that he's always eating. Like I show love in other ways. And what a happy couple. I feel like we balance each other, you know, like he's super calm and sweet, and I'm more like balance each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now Corey's how long has Corey been down there in Ecuador?
Corey's been here for a long time right now. He's been here since March because he was in Peru before. You are gonna find out all about that soon. But since March, right before the lockdown in my country happened, he was here. So he's been here during the whole pandemic.
And you hadn't planned on like him being there that long, right? Like you didn't think, you know, nobody knew what COVID was going to do, right? So you never thought that he was going to be there for like, you know, what 7 months, however long it's been.
No, I knew what was happening. I told him like, hey, dude, they're closing the borders on Saturday. So like, if you want to leave, go right now. It was like or Wednesday or whatever. And I'm like, so if you want to leave right now, because at that time we weren't doing good. Like many things happened when he was in Peru and all that. So we weren't happy at all. That was like after all the drama with Laura and all that. So I was like, go, you know, I ain't gonna face this alone. But he stayed, and then he couldn't leave, and then we got back together, and he's been here, but he can be here. A lot of people is asking like, oh, you guys are married, like how is he staying there and all that. I mean, as far as right now, every foreigner can stay in the country, every foreigner, and you can look it up on Google. Every foreigner can stay because we are under emergency state. So the foreigners have time till December 14th, I believe. But his visa renews on December 5th or 6th. So then he gets 90 days extra. And then he can apply for 90 days extra application, and then he will have to leave. But hopefully at that time, we will, maybe in another terms.
I just wanted to acknowledge Stephanie. Evelin's season was the first I watched. Love her on TV. You seem like such a true and genuine person, and Evelin is. And thank you, Stephanie.
Thank you, Stephanie. I try to stay true. We are on TV and all that, and I'm really not trying to play a character. Like people say, at least play nice for cameras. Like I don't have to play one person and be another. Like, what you see is what you get.
Do you feel like, the pandemic and like, I think that like seeing like, and we've talked a lot, and I've talked to Corey, and we've been like, friends for like a while now. And I know when it's been rocky, when it's not, but it seems like you and Corey are in such a better place now than you were before the pandemic. Like, did the pandemic help you guys out in a way? Because you seem like you're in a really good place with each other now.
Yeah, I mean, we really got to reconnect because it's like problems didn't really matter anymore because we were living through a freaking pandemic. A lot of people were dying in here, like a dead body show up in front of our house. It's a lot of trauma we were going through together, but having each other really helped. So at the end of it all, I feel like we are best friends. Like I consider him my best friend. And I would never want to hurt Corey. If anything, I feel like I have always been just looking for his good. But people think that I'm just taking advantage of him, and that has been one of our biggest issues because I have told him before, like, hey, like you need to clarify this thing. How I have never taken advantage of you whatsoever. Like all his properties are on his name now. All his stuff. It's like there's nothing for me to take advantage from, but. Anyways, we're in a better place, like you say. I took him on a trip for his birthday to a really nice place, and we've been doing good. More understanding right now.
I'm kind of still wishing that I keep thinking about that scene that you guys might have filmed with Larissa, and that would have been good TV. I'm not gonna lie. Too bad she got fired because I would have loved to have watched that on TV. But going back, okay, so the other person who I want to mention tonight, because I see it in the comments and people are dying to know, is our good friend Laura.
The crazy one.
Have you heard from her at all? Like,
yeah, I mean, I heard from her, but not because I have any way to hear from her. But sometimes people message me when she's like commenting on other pages about me and like coming out with all these lies, every time. Like soon you guys are gonna know how the story is and timelines and everything. She keeps coming with all these accusations. She was actually the reason we were on season number 2. Like we were supposed to, but she was here during filming, and there was all this drama she was causing, and it was so much trouble, and we didn't make the cut, and we were just told to like take her away, stay away from her. I know she's in Canada right now. Thank God she's far away from me. It was funny. I saw a video that I don't know why people keep sending me this, but I actually saw that she's like, nobody's filming me right now because cameras cannot get to Canada right now. But it's not true. There's no story. There's nothing going on with her. And I just feel sorry for the lady. I wish I listened to everyone when they were saying that she was such a crazy person. Like, I honestly just wanted to hold this person. Like, I know.
How long has it been since she's been gone, like back to Canada?
She left in March, like when the lockdown started.
And all right, Kat says Evelin is a savvy businesswoman, and she has to be tough in the world. I purchased real estate as well. Congrats on your new property.
Thank you, Kat Ander.
So she left in March. Now she she was just staying in Ecuador like on the bare minimum, right? She had like a pension that she only made like a few $100s a month for, and that's what was keeping her there. And
yeah, well, I mean, Laura is not a person that is smart with money, whatsoever. Clearly, she came here and she was living in a house where she paid $500 a month, and without the utilities. When I paid $200, including utilities, she wanted to like be in this nice house, a house for like 4 or 5 people, like 3 bathrooms and whatever, just for her and her dog. And I was like, that's a little too much. But then she ran out of money, ended up living in a really crappy place at the end because she couldn't make it. She was not the smartest person I ever met, but she got her ticket for free because she's on the higher risk people, to for the coronavirus, and at that time was really crazy. So embassies were getting tickets for people to go and then can pay back later, and that's what she got.
Do you know like where she's? Because I remember like being said like she couldn't afford to go back to Canada.
Yeah, that's what I say. The embassy paid for the ticket.
So is she staying with any Evelin? When will you have his baby? Oh my God, Harita. Evelin, when will you have his baby? How long? How was it being friends with Laura? Okay, Harita gets to see us in parts, but so Evelin, when will you have? I guess Corey's baby.
How I feel about having babies on my own. It's not something that my body desires or wants. I just feel like it's so like weird. I might be like upset the whole time. I don't know. I don't have any idea, but I would like to adopt. Maybe one day it'll change. They say it changes. One day it's like whoop, it clips, and then it's gonna be like I want a baby. But right now I don't. I mean, honestly, I think I'm scared of the pain. Because if somebody else could have my baby, maybe like I'll do that, like a surrogate or something.
And you're young. How old are you?
I'm 28 right now. I started the show when I was 26 still.
So you guys are still young, and like, you have your whole life ahead of you. You're only 26 years old. So, I mean.
Yeah, and I have so many plans. Like so many plans. Like I said, I just purchased the land. I have a plan of building like a really nice apartment upstairs, a restaurant downstairs, like a beachy European style bar. Besides the one that I have super tiny, but I want to make one that has like a pool, like an infinity pool right in front of the ocean. I have many ideas. Obviously, you and everyone is invited to come when it's done. But there's where my money is going. Like that's my projects. No, I don't have time for babies or anything like that.
And you're young, like, and like you are headstrong, and like for a 20 something year old, like you really have like you're smart. But let's go. So how was it being friends with Laura?
I just felt sorry about her at the time, and I just wanted to help. Honest truth, I never felt like she was a friend that I could trust and tell everything. But that's just how I feel about everyone. I never really like talk to people, not even to my family. I share so much about my life till some point when I feel like it. But she was always just coming up with these stories, and I could see how the stories would change every time she would tell me. So then I just started listening, not commenting or anything. She was always just talking different stories about Aladdin, different stories about people on the show. She was hating Devon at the time. She was fighting with bloggers. She was coming with all these things to my head all the time. The only thing she didn't came to me was the pregnancy thing because I was out in a trip at that time. But yeah, it's just like you can tell that her mind is not right. So then I was like,
well, I know that for a fact.
Yeah, one day she told me she took medications. I didn't know. I'm like, well, where's your medications? And she's like, oh, I don't have it right now. Like, do you need me to help you? Like something. She's like, no, I'm okay. I'm like, okay.
Did she ever tell you? I still have more of Harita's questions, but did she ever tell you like I'm gonna make this stuff up for like like when she had like that black eye that she blames me or Lita or whoever for ever making, like or
I never even saw the picture. Like I never saw her on her stuff. I always saw her like on different bloggers' pages. I didn't even know where that came from or anything. It's like she wouldn't talk to me. And I remember when sometimes she would do stuff, I'll be like, hey, you're not gonna get paid for the show. Stop. You cannot be saying these things. You are supposed to still be with Aladdin. Your story is not over, so keep
and
the
she
secret.
ultimately didn't get paid, right? Or she got paid partially.
She didn't get paid.
So she broke her.
Because at the beginning you get paid a little, and then they pay you another part, like the big part, and she didn't get paid. That's the honest truth. But she isn't the only one, the only cast member that hasn't. Like, I mean, I was afraid that I wasn't going to get paid also because she was doing lights and I was around, and I was like, oh, suffering. Because my money goes to good things, like, it goes to like helping and stuff. I don't want it to lose it because of her.
Okay, so what do you think of Aladdin? I think you like Aladdin. I love Aladdin. What do you think of Aladdin?
Aladdin, I honestly think Aladdin must be a saint to deal with Laura for all that long. Because for me, it was just a little bit, and I don't know when, because I never did anything to the woman. We were okay, and then I took my trip to Peru, and she was saying so many nasty messages to Corey, and then she started going off on me, and I'm thinking, how did she just become crazy like that and starting creating stories? And I'm thinking, all the stories she made about Aladdin, like, have to been a lie. I mean, obviously, when she was saying like, "Oh, Aladdin didn't want to have sex with me, didn't want to go down on me," and all that,
Well,
I'm like, I mean, who can blame Aladdin? Like,
I mean,
that's what I was thinking.
She said, I mean, who the hell would want to go down on that? I'm just saying, like,
Yes, like, I think everyone will agree. Like, but she, for some reason, thinks that she looks like Paris Hilton or whatever. Because here, she was trying with my cute friends, like young cute friends that I have. She was right there, just trying, and I mean, obviously with no success. But yeah, it's funny.
And then also, okay, so what's your guilty pleasure?
Oh, what does that mean?
It's like something that like you love to do, but like you're ashamed to admit. Like watching, like, say like watching.
I watch criminal shows. Maybe that I can go for full days just like watching criminal
Okay,
shows.
that works.
Murderers.
I want to make sure because Harita is my correspondent here, and she's asking all these good questions.
I know. It's like, how many can you fit?
Christy says, "Thank you, John, for allowing us to get to know the cast off screen. I honestly didn't like Evelyn on the show, but now we see the real her heart." Oh, see? Thank you, Christy. All right, so back to Laura. Laura. Now, she kind of like, broke into all your friends, like the chef guy. You know who I don't like. Like, do you see any of those people that she kind of like took away from you now, or are all those relationships done with?
Well, I mean, yeah, I saw the chef guy for a little bit, but the thing is that toxic people like that cannot keep friends, so he's not around because nobody likes him, So.
Or Raul, Raul was like another friend.
The honest truth is that I do not like Raul. That's just the honest truth. I have, at this point right now, I can tell you that I have tried because Corey, I mean, people have a confusion in there. They think that Raul is my ex, but it's not. It's just someone I hooked up with 8 years ago, before I even knew Corey, back when I was young and stupid, and it happened once and it never happened anymore. And I just didn't found it nice of him to say this on TV and to create this confusion, because even though it's clear on the show, people like, and pages just like twist it to make it look like that. And we were friends for a long time, but after that was on TV, when I saw it, since then I don't really like him. So I just think he's looking for fame and stuff. Like the other time, Corey went to visit him in Guayaquil, and then I'm looking at stories, and he had Corey, him, and 2 girls having dinner, and I was like, what the fuck are you? Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
What are you doing? I'm so sorry. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, get out of there right now. That's what I said. Like, because I don't want you walking out of a restaurant with Raul and 2 girls. Like, what people is gonna think? And Corey is so like naive. It's like, I even know. He just told me that we were gonna have this meal, that this girl was gonna pay him a meal, but I didn't know that this girl was bringing another friend or anything. I'm like, whatever, just get out of there right now. And I just found it like really shady, that he does things like this. If Corey goes and spend a few days with him in the city to work on videos or whatever, and then he's like introducing to other girls, I don't find it nice, or like as a friend. So I don't like him, and I don't like to see any of them. Since then, I have said, like, I'm not posting Raul on my stories. I'm not posting Raul on my stuff. Like, I'm not giving him anything because that's what he's looking for. I'm not gonna give him not even one follower from me.
I think we have Laura in the chat.
You got the actual Laura?
No, I don't know. She seems very Laura-esque. I'm just gonna say that.
She's everywhere. Like, I know she has fake accounts. That I know for a fact because she had it in a tablet. She had a different account in her phone. She had a different account. She had another account somewhere else. But I remember because she was always keeping track of all of them, even though she was blocked. Like that, I remember for sure. For sure.
Oh yeah, she's yeah. I could see her being the type that has like 50 alternate accounts.
Yeah, and she hates you. I don't know why she hates you. She hates a lot of people. I never knew.
She hates me because I called her out on the black eye. I called her out on the fake pregnancy. I called her out calling Evelin gay. I called her out just about on everything I could. You know, it was just lie after lie after lie after lie after lie with Laura, like, you know, towards the end. And she was just putting anything out there, hoping it would, you know, catch wind. And there's like, there's people that believe this. Like, you know, every people have, like, you know, all cast members have like their hardcore fans that no matter what you hear or say, like, they're just going to believe them. But I'm going to ask you about something. I want to Awoken Queen, Evelin, what castmate from 90 Day series do you relate to the most, or you can understand their situation the most?
I'll say Kenneth and Armando, you know, because I know how difficult it is to be, you know, gay in a community like where he lives. You know, it's not easy for his family, for him now having the daughter and the guy moving. But you know, I just love their story. Love wins always, and I'm super happy about it. I think I really like him. I cannot wait to meet him. Like, I'm literally gonna go to Mexico and meet him.
Do you I don't know if you could speak on this, but like watching like this second season of The Other Way, do you feel like this season is as genuine as your season? Because I don't. Like watching the cast members on The Other Way now, like, do you think that they're as real as you guys were, or like, you know?
Look, like, I know that a lot of people go in the show trying to just get fame. This is things that I know now. Like, I didn't know these things when I was watching the show or when I applied for it. Nothing. I till this day I cannot believe how clueless I was when I applied for the show. But I do know that in my season there was a couple being filmed in where was that girl? I'm sorry, he's high. I don't know, whatever country they was filmed. Like,
I lost Evelin. Evelin has like not the greatest internet connection, so hopefully she hops back on soon because I have like 8 more million questions to ask her. My Brooklyn just came out. Ask her. So here she is. She's probably having internet problems.
I'm so sorry, this thing cut, but I'm back.
No, I know you have internet. Hey, Corey. And you're frozen in that spot just like that. So that's pretty amazing right there.
Oh, yeah, I was telling you about that.
Corey's face is just frozen like that.
Corey's head is like there in the corner.
What were you saying about the couple being filmed?
Oh, yeah, there was a couple being filmed and producers went there and all that. But they do a whole investigation to make sure you're actually real, you know? And they found out that these guys have been dating back in the day, but they weren't.
Oh, don't cut out. Don't cut out. Damn it.
Are you there? Oh, yeah. To make sure how it connect, they realized they were.
Well, we kind of just rewind like 5 seconds because like it got like what they were filming and what they were dating back in the day.
They were dating back in the day, yes. But then they were pretending to be dating at that moment. That the guy was moving, whatever. And then they started interviewing the friends and everything. They find out like, no, they were dating like back in the day. Now they are not. But how are they playing this thing? They didn't like really work it out around. And then it was just like that. The producer said like, no, you lied to us, so we are gone. You know.
We had to
Actually, Laura lied too. They didn't know she was Canadian. I feel like at the very beginning. Okay.
How do you feel about like Jenny and Submit?
I really like Jenny and Submit, but I
was happy there's a butt there.
I do have my doubts about about her not knowing, that he was married. I think that like I said, I love him.
Okay, I'll just nod my head because I know what you're going to say, so it's okay. I don't want to get you in trouble, but
I love him, but I just don't know if I completely buy that story. There's a lot of people need to know. Like, yes, it's a real life, but there is more that goes around that people don't know, and more that things are less than what it looks like. Yes.
And and I've posted about this, like, Jenny and Submit, like, they applied to be on Catfish, like, a million years ago. Like, I don't even want to get into it because, like, I really, I feel like I got hoodwinked by Jenny and Submit. Like, everybody felt bad for her. And I cried last season when she was crying in the closet wherever she was. And she's like, I just want, but there's like a lot more to like the backstory and made me not like her a whole lot.
Well, I do know that the scene wasn't staged whatsoever. Like,
no, like those tears, like
that happened in the moment. That I know for a fact. Like inside, I know, but I just don't know. Maybe
unless she's like Meryl.
I don't understand this because we do background checks. Full on hardcore background checks. And if he was legally married, how did they didn't know that? But I think their story is amazing. It's a story that I actually look and I like. There is like stories that are super boring, like this Tim and Melissa, or there is stories that look like good on TV, like the Brittany and Yasan. I feel like their story on TV, it looks good because it's like, oh my God, she's so different. She's going to this crazy country and he's just not respecting all that, like this story. But when you see like how she really is, like on the Instagram and what she does and all that, it's like doesn't make sense.
Are you talking about Brittany?
Yeah.
Well,
and she's nice, but I never speak with her. Never had. So.
And don't let that contaminate you because she is just awful. I mean, I know you follow me. I know you see what I posted. And
I seen those things, and that is really trashy. I think she's just really trashy, and I don't understand why. But everyone is the way they want to be.
So do you?
And she has a following, so maybe people like her.
She bought the following. I mean, like, it's not genuine. Just like, I don't want to even get started on that one because I can go off on like an hour rant about like, talking about like people who are just doing this show to make a name for themselves. She's one of them. Coming into the show, she had 300,000 followers. She was already a rapper and an actress and a social media influencer and a model. So like when you see something like that before the show even starts, like you're like, and then like whatever. I didn't want to get into that.
It's pretty crazy they would accept her because they usually want to accept like people that is like normal, they're like people that other people can relate to,
Yeah, like
it was probably maybe hard. I feel like it's harder to cast them for the other way because most of the people want to go live in the US. This requires a person from the US moving to another country, but also that person needs to have some kind of personality to be on TV, So I feel like it's harder to cast for this season.
And in that regard, I think that you're the most genuine person from the other way because here you are still in Ecuador and Corey's there with you,
Yeah. And we've been together for so long now. Like we were a couple way before a real couple. He was always doing these trips back and forth here to be with me. So it's a real story, We have properties here. Like it's not like I feel like most of them just go film, stay there while filming, and they'll go back to the US. And it's like they don't really plan on living in the US. Like for example, Tiffany. Like I love her, but I don't think she ever wanted to go live in South Africa. It was more the plan, like, let's do this, and then we'll bring you back to the US. And that's probably what's going to happen. The guy's going to go back to the US. I mean, their kids live there. And I think South Africa is beautiful, but I'm sure she wants to be close to her family and all that. She will bring the guy there. So it's not really the other way because they're not really moving there, you know?
Yeah, and I love Tiffany. Like, I love Devin, but even Devin said, and I love Devin, so don't get me crossed. But Devin went live like a couple of weeks ago, and she was saying, like, I was only in Korea for 9 days. It was like a extended vacation, but and I love Tiffany. Like, we hung out with her.
Yeah, they're all nice. I honestly like the band too, and I feel so sorry about her breakup with Jihoon and all those things that they've been both going through. I don't hate Jihoon either.
Yeah, like Tiffany, Devin and Jihoon are going through a whole lot right now.
Yeah.
But you and Corey are like really the only ones that he went the other way. He's there in with you, pandemic or not, but he's there, and you are always this is my home. I don't want to live in the United States. I'll come there, but you're very set that you didn't want to leave Ecuador, and that was the whole point of the show, is that Americans are going to the other country, and I think you and Corey are the best people,
the other way.
Like that. You guys should be like the poster couple of 90 Day Fiancé the other way, because you're really the only ones that kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, because this was a life plan way before even thinking about being on this show. This has always been, I had known Corey for so many years, and it's like I wouldn't have gone. When I went to the US, my idea was only to visit and see how it was, not to live there. Never has that been my idea. I love where I am. I know here's what I want to do my life. Here's what I want to have all the kids that I want to adopt, all the dogs that I want to have. It's here. Here's what I like. But I want to see the world. I want to travel everywhere. That for sure. So yeah. We'll see how many couples stay, how many couples don't.
Well, me and Cody are going to come down and see you guys. I already talked to him today. I'm like, we need to go to Ecuador and hang out with Corey and Evelyn at the bar.
This cheap flies from New York.
I'm like, I really want to come down. I'm like, we could hang out at the bar all day. Now, all right. So circling back to Laura, because that just reminded me of something. When Laura was there, what did she do every day when you guys were still friends?
Well, most of the days, because at that time Corey was in the US, right? So most of the days we were just me picking her up to go do something, to go do some cooking, go grocery shopping, just walk around. And then when she was at lunch, she was just drinking. Honestly.
I don't even know if you can answer this. Evelyn, people are asking if you and Corey were married before 90 days, and are you married now? But I don't know if you could.
A lot of people say that we have created a fake story to be on TV. There is no way a fake story can be created. Maybe the stories are so good and producers like it, but there's always truth. In whatever story you see, there is always truth. For example, the Brittany and the Yasa. It's true that they were talking. It's true they wanted. Now, is it true that she really wanted to commit to him and be there? I don't think so. But we were never married before the show. There is no way that we can lie to producers. There's no way, because our background it's really, really strict. I don't know if those words make sense.
No, yeah.
But we weren't married before applying for the show. 100%. People will have found engagement photos. I'm not an actress. I cannot be telling people that I don't want to be married or anything if I was already married. Now, what happened after we filmed the first season, there is some stuff that I cannot talk about, because like I say, things will be explained with timelines and stuff later. But I cannot explain it now.
No, I get it. I don't want you to get in trouble either.
But we were never married before we started filming our season. That, it's a lie. It has come from Crazy Lara, and it's just a lie. People misunderstand because we've been together for so long, but Corey was always coming back and forth.
I mean, like people are in the comments saying, like you know, I can't ask some of these questions, but like if I feel like if you read between the lines, you might get the answers of like what you're like looking for, like in the questions. Um, um, how did you feel? Like, can you talk about Laura and this the Tony guy and how fake that was?
That was super fake. I remember her telling me like, I'm talking to this blogger, blah blah blah, and I'm like, well, is he not a girl? Like that's what I thought it was, you know. Like
Well, they
he's
shared
like,
that account, but yeah.
like no, he sent me his picture and he's really cute, and I told him to like if he wants to apply with me for the show, we can pretend to be a couple. Like she said it, and I have heard her offering that to my friends too. Like she even offered it to Raul. She was even telling that to Raul. Like stop being friends with them, quit their storyline. We'll pretend that you and I are gonna be together. And I think they were like even posting pictures together. And Raul being a cloud chaser, like he is, he was just like, oh okay, I'll be on the pictures and all that with you. But like I say, I mean, producers are not dumb. They really know what they're doing. So guarantee you, she's not gonna be on TV anymore. It's gonna be
So
some
there was
old.
never any relationship that she had with the blogger.
It's all fake. It's all fake. And me and that blogger had some back and forth DMs because I know things that he was saying. I'm like, I know you're using her, and that's not nice. Like you cannot use this lady that is not right in the head. You know, like it's definitely wrong. It's what I told him, but you know, to each their own. People that are alike get together. That's what I always say. And yeah.
People say like I've done questionable things as a blogger, but I can promise you guys I never had to make a fake relationship with a senior citizen to get me on the show. Just saying.
I mean, being on the show, it's really hard and it totally messes up with your head. Like, I feel my relationship with Corey has been so damaged after being on this show, but it has also grown to other levels. You know, the kind of issues we had back in the day, it's nothing compared to everything we've been through while being on TV. You know, it's really hard. I feel like fame got into Corey's head. It's something that he enjoys, that he likes. It's something that I feel like sometimes I like even wonder like what is gonna happen with him when we are not on TV anymore. I always tell him like this is just for a little bit, it's fun, let's enjoy it for now, but then this is the plans that we need to do for life, you know, like because TV is not something that we're gonna live on forever. You know?
Everybody knows like, you know, you don't go on this show to get like big paychecks. Everybody knows that like, you know, this show doesn't pay the cast members anything. Like you don't go on 90 Day Fiance to, you know, be on TV to retire. You know, everybody knows that. Like, you know, that's across like so. And I'm not going to ask you how much you make or anything like that. But like,
I mean, for me, it's good though because I live in Ecuador where the minimum salary is $400 a month, so I'm completely happy.
Right. Like, so do you feel like you know, being on the show had like it was better from you being on, or was it like you know, do you regret going on? Like, I think it for like you know having the OnlyFans now and give the show gave you a platform that you can do other things on. That's how I see it anyway.
I have told Corey this. I have told like I would rather have never been on this show, have never been on OnlyFans or anything like this, to have a good relationship because our relationship, like I say, has gone to like levels I would never expected. I've seen sides from Corey that I never thought I would see, and I mean I would trade that in a second to get back what I had before. But I'm hoping here they will get better. Like I don't regret doing the show, but I say if it meant me being happy, like in a good place, I would change it. At the end of it all, it will be really sad if a good relation like we had will just completely be end. Then I will regret it. But I mean, it's good to make money and all that, but I think the peace of mind is better. So this time I'm taking it more calm, more easy. I have told myself that I'm not gonna respond to haters anymore. That I'm just gonna, you know, not even like explain people before because before to me it was like episode was shown this thing and I was like going to my Instagram and trying to explain why was this thing or all that. Now I don't care. Like I'm just gonna enjoy and have fun. But I mean, I shouldn't regret things, you know. Well, it's done, it's done. So.
Well, everybody has regret. Like, no one goes through things without regret. I certainly wrote like a lot of things
promised me that it'll get better, so I'm hoping it gets better for me. He always says that they will get better for me. The people will see through it, who I am. But the thing is, that it's never in our hands. It's in the hands of the editors and how the story is gonna go. Because at the end of it all, it's a story that gets shown on TV. It follows a beginning, it goes to an end.
Do you guys get noticed in Ecuador? Do people like?
Yes. Now, after the show's been done in the US for like a year, now I get recognized in Ecuador. It's funny, but sometimes people it's like pretty rude, they go crazy for Corey. And I have sometimes run into women that are like, I've been like literally walking with Corey and they just like talk to him like I don't exist.
Even in your own hometown, huh?
Not my hometown, but we took a trip to the mountains, and there was this episode that happened with this woman, and this woman didn't speak any English, so she kept trying because in here the show goes in Spanish, and she kept talking to Corey like, hey, like, can I take a picture with you? You're the guy for 90 Days. I'm literally right next to him, like I'm the other person in the show, But I'm just there, and I wasn't having a good day that day, so I'm just like. I was crying because I had some issues going on, and I was like not doing good. And Corey said, "Oh, okay." And I have had this conversation before with Corey. I have said, if some fan disrespects me, you have to like say like, no, we're not taking a picture with you. Like put them in their place because I deserve to be respected too. At the end of it all, it's TV, and they need to see it that way. But she was there, and Corey's like, Corey clueless, don't understand. So he said, oh yeah, Evelyn, let's go to the picture. I'm like, no, he doesn't want a picture with me either. He wants a picture with you, And Corey's like, no, I'm not taking a picture if you're not in it. So I was just like standing next to her, and she kept speaking, and I was like, I'm not going to translate anything. So I wasn't translating anything for her, and she just speaking. And I'm like, okay, we're leaving, bye. And we started walking. I just found it really rude. Like really rude. And the other day I got a woman on the came into the bar. She said, "Oh, we're super fans." Like the husband was so nice and everyone was so nice. And she's like, "Oh, like next time make sure you're not the witch of the show." And I just looked at her and I was so tired because I was working so hard. And I'm like, it's not up to me, right? I say, if someone in here needs to be the bad guy, Corey cannot do it. I say. But next time I'm gonna be like, I just found it like it's rude, because it's TV. But a lot of people don't understand it, I have people coming to me here and say like, oh, you still have 30 more days till you get married, right? Like, did you realize that was filmed in 2018? Like, wait till we actually engage at the end of the season.
Right.
Like that's way long ago. But I just have to like take a deep breath. A lot of people understand. A lot of people is nice and just wants a picture, and they're like, "Oh my God, we're fans." I still found it weird. I found so weird people, asking me for pictures and stuff. I don't really like it. Like I feel like the show is something that I never speak about. I never ever tell people like, "Hey, I'm on this show" or anything. Nothing. Never. When someone wants my contact or anything, I say like, "Here's my number, my private number, so you can message me." End of the story. Then people are like, oh my God, you're on a TV show or something. And I'm like, oh yes, I am. End of the story. And all my friends that they know me, and when I watch the show, I say, don't watch it. Just don't watch it. I don't want you to see it. It's just like that.
It's like a stupid question, but you were saying it's you watch the show in English. It's like, how weird is it like watching you in Ecuador? Like, so somebody has to dub you over speaking Spanish when it's like not even you speaking your own Spanish.
Yeah, it's very weird.
With like you speaking Spanish, instead of somebody else speaking Spanish for you.
Yeah, it's so weird. They double the voice for everyone. Like for my dad, my brothers, my sisters. It's so weird. I'm like, you could have paid me extra. I would have done my own
voice. That's so stupid to me. Like, why wouldn't they have done that? Like, why wouldn't they have you just speak the scenes in Spanish? Like that's just so bizarre to me. Like, it's so stupid. Like I can't. I'm sorry. But I don't want to keep you all night long, and I'm so grateful that you came on. Is there anything like that I haven't asked, or about Larissa or Laura or Corey or the show that you want to put out there that you want to clear the air with about?
I mean, yes. I mean, I want to be over with the Larissa thing. Like that, it's something that I just want to be completely done. I just don't think it's right. Like whatever happened before, it happened, and she's not anymore in that. Her path is another one. My path is another one. And I have to say, I hope it goes good for the woman. Like I said before, it's like not like it hurts me if she does good or it hurts me if she does bad. I don't care. With the shows
Would you
that
ever be open to
the
speaking
people
to Larissa?
what?
Would you ever be open to speaking to Larissa and just be like, listen, like we're both women.
Remember you text me?
I did.
You told me you tried to like intermediate in that. I don't. I never in my entire life.
I remember that conversation was yesterday.
I'm a person that really don't like to forget. Like because I can never forget. Now like I just don't. I'm better off in a friendship. So it's something like that. For the people that said I was only looking for 15 minutes of fame, I don't have to because that fame is coming and you will see it. It's just funny. There's a lot of projects coming on and I'm excited for that to finally come soon. We're hoping and waiting. And yeah, just I'm hoping that this time people can get to see me more like I am. And if not, I mean, just love, don't hate. If you hate someone, like, don't be hating on their pages. Like, I know you've been dealing with a lot of hate too. These people is just, I mean, hopefully they can get some light in their souls and some joy in their lives and they can be nicer, you know.
Do you
For
feel
all the warriors, like Corey's warriors, like, there's like all these people that are like, I hate Evelin because she treats Corey this way or that. Like, understand that Corey's happy. Like, understand that he loves being here, that he's in love with me, that I'm in love with him, that we have a little family, you know, our dog and our cat. Like, no reason to be hating. He doesn't need to be protected by these warriors, like, trying to justify their hate towards me, like, protecting Corey. It's not okay.
Oh, I had the people protecting Cody, so I'm totally with you. Maybe we should start our own show, The Warriors. Our own little thing. And I get it. Do you feel like the people have like laid off on you? Like, you know, do you feel like you have more support now than you did before when your season was first on, or is it just as bad as it was?
No, it's definitely not as bad as it was. I made my account private, so I make sure that only the good people stay. When someone's nasty and I get to see the comment, I immediately block. I don't care. I think it's more support now because they have all the people that have followed me since the beginning. They have been seeing how I am and how I behave, and aside from me, you know, that they don't see on the show. So I think more people like me now, and I like them too.
Good. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you. Thank you, Evelin, so much for coming on. If you're not following Evelin, you should. And I have, you know, I love you and Corey. I always have. And I think you guys are great. You've always supported me, and I have nothing but good things to say about you guys. That's why I hated being like, you know, because I love Larissa too, and like, you know, it's hard being in this position because like you don't want to see like people that you both like, you know, but.
Yeah. I will never put you in the middle of it, like I told you before. No, I appreciate that you can take sides.
And like Larissa knows that too, like, you know, that like, you know, I'm like, listen, I love you guys both, and I've been talking to both of you for years, and I just wish you all the best to you and Corey. I'm so happy to see that you guys are like great because you guys look really genuinely happy, and that's it. And I can't wait to see the projects that you're working on and to see more of you guys. And that's all. So I'm going to end this.
Yes, I love you. And I just want to say that I really appreciate you. Since even before you knew who I was already following. I know that you're the best with the T. Always, like Corey knows it. I have always followed you since the very beginning. I love it. I know that you never put lies in there. I know that every time that you have heard something about me, you have always DM'd me first to find out. You're not like those other pages that just create gossip to like, no matter like if it damages the image of someone. Like you ask me, and I know that you ask the other cast members too, and I appreciate that because that speaks a lot about who you are. So don't listen to haters. Keep doing the good job that you do.
Thank you
so much. Big up to Cody too.
I can't wait to go down to Ecuador and hang out at the bar with you guys. I'll see you guys soon. Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.